Alrighty, guys, happy Wednesday to you all. As we're sitting now in our altcoin buy zones, I'm going to be speaking to you guys today about all the buy zones and my trades. My trades are opened up. You can see here I'm loaded up on Solana. I'm going to be taking 1 or 2 trades within the show as well. So I'm speaking to you guys about, yesterday we saw a little bounce within the markets, actually a nice recovery from the alts. And what you can see over here, you can see the first decent higher time, or the 4-hour, 8-hour, you're seeing higher highs being put into play. And what I'm looking at now is a short-term pullback into beautiful zones and the next leg starting to the upside. Again, that's going to be the critical one. If we manage to make this next leg to the upside within this week, what that's going to do is that's going to give us the pin bar candles we're looking for on the high time frames. That's what we're looking for this week, guys. We are looking for the reversals on the high time frame. And if we zoom in here and we can see we're getting momentum on the shorter time frame, we can catch the moves to the major areas. Guys, we're getting in way before everyone else. We're seeing things way earlier than everyone else. I want to show you guys a few interesting facts about Bitcoin as well, where the RSI is sitting, that it's only been here 5 times within the last 2 years, and it's been mega buying areas in these zones. We're seeing massive bullish divergence. We saw yesterday that some of the leverage got wiped at the top. Now there's a little bit of leverage at the bottom for the short-term pullback, and there's a lot of leverage sitting at the top again for the next major rally. So we are catching rhythm within the markets. So guys, do me a favor. In the show, I'll be giving away some Sniper Club. I'll be giving away some Easy Algo. But you need to obliterate that like button. I need 2,000 likes on this stream, and I start giving away. I give away Club, I give away Easy Algo, and who knows? I might even give away some cash. So hit that like button. Let's get excited. Let's get pumped up. Again, I bring my vibes every day. You bring yours. And again, together, we make money. Should I play the praying song? It's a little bit much, eh? Let's do a normal intro. Let's go. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Again, I want to see those like buttons fly through the roof. I want to see them absolutely pumped up. Guys, how are we feeling today? How are we doing? Guys, I feel 99% of people are going to miss the next pump. I do. I feel a lot of people are going to miss the next major move. I feel like there's a massive psychology trap happening on the market at the moment. I feel like it's such a beautiful flushing out, such a beautiful depression phase that is coming through, that is just completely confusing the entire market. And I feel that many people are going to get left behind, except us. Except us. Reason being is we know we're at critical stage on the high time frames. Okay, we know a lot of these things. I jump in here again. I show you guys high time frame here on Bitcoin. You can see we are still in major trends, and to be honest, very important supports with Bitcoin. Okay, we had with this major zone over here, and I did speak about this play a couple of weeks back that, hey, we might pop in down to these areas. If we turn bearish, if we go ultimate bull, that's the play over there. And this play is still coming, okay, at some point once we've matched in the lows. The difference here is they're doing such a great job that when this market is flushing out here, of just flushing out the entire market. Okay, every little pump up, little push down. It's a really confusing stage, and people are just, I wouldn't even say they're getting out or panicking out anymore. People are just losing interest within the market, and we're seeing a lot of these things come into play. However, we're seeing on the other side of that, where you should be interested, all the signs, right? We're seeing the fear finally come down on Bitcoin. Finally, we had phases that we haven't seen since Bitcoin was in the 20,000s. Okay, so the fear is coming back within the markets. We are seeing the leverage getting wiped out on the longs. We're not seeing much leverage on the longs anymore, which means what they've been doing for the last couple of weeks of bringing the markets down has been working. Okay, it's been slowly losing. The bulls have been losing confidence, and I get it. Why? Because everything that I bought in the last 3 weeks, I probably got stopped out and stopped out and stopped out and stopped out. And it was this beautiful train of just this compounding of these sort of things. The next thing is obviously the RSIs being reset and the higher time frame RSIs. We spoke about the 8, 12-hour daily and weekly and 3-day RSIs all being at the bottom at this phase. Okay, we are seeing many, and again, we are back on the major support. So I remember the last time when Bitcoin fell here, a lot of interest was lost, right? It was probably one of the best opportunities within the market. So let me show you guys a few things here. Let's start off. Firstly, I want to see how's everyone doing. Oh, Sheldon. Some guys are still short, and that's the problem. Schlong and short. That's the thing, right? Some people are still short at the moment. We can see that very much. I want to see greatest show on earth. Steph, thank you so much. Let's see. Is the bottom in? Fantastic question. We will find out. Again, if we get the reversal we need this week, the temporary bottom is in. Okay, and that's why we've zoomed in slightly now, and we're paying attention to what's happening on the shorter time frame because no one's doing that. Everyone's sitting and waiting. I feel waiting here is going to be left behind because I think we know the spark of this market. I think we know that one fat green candle can leave everyone sitting on their damn hands. Oh, I waited for 52K. I waited for 48. And now all of a sudden it's 70, it's 80, it's 90. What happens to your mind psychology, like psychological wise? I want to get back in. I want to buy again. You know, like that's the sort of play of where a lot of people are being left behind over there. Still in shorts, waiting for 0.382 or break a trend. Great. Good. You're hedging. Fantastic. There's nothing wrong with being in some short-term shorts to make money while the market's offering the money. However, don't get sucked into the higher time frame sort of thing. Yesterday, my Oma said, fuck Bitcoin. Buy, baby. That's a buy signal. When Oma's saying fuck Bitcoin, buy. When Oma's saying buy Bitcoin, sell. Okay? Deal? Okay, let's go. So I'm pumping the market. Let's go. Okay, guys, I want to show you a few things. So let's quickly go through the normal RSI. Okay, the relative strength index, very powerful RSI as well. The only reason I don't show it too much is because it's very detailed and I don't want to confuse people. It's super detailed, right? You can see so many different lines, what's happening. But what's nice about RSI is it's very detailed when it comes to similar to the candles, something that I can put some trends on, something that I can, do a bunch of analysis if I wanted to. I like the stochastic because the stochastic gives me an area, to say, hey, doesn't mean we're going to bounce right up, but in the zone, we're going to bounce soon. We're getting to the point where the market has fear in it. Isn't it crazy that when I speak about all of these scenarios of when to buy coins, right? You're looking for fear in the market. You're looking for all these things. It's crazy how a stochastic RSI already summarizes all of that for you in the RSI. It really shows you it's oversold. We've already gone through all those phases. That's the simplification of using these tools. However, you can't just rely on one tool. You need multiple tools in this sort of stage. But let's jump to the relative strength. Now, this one for me is interesting. And I want to show you guys a few things over here. So firstly, this thing has finally hit below this 25 to 30% mark. I think now we're sitting at this area of around 33. We bottomed around 25 when we had that little pushback a few days back. Now, what's amazing about this is it's not often that we do get oversold on this specific RSI. And for me, this is the stronger RSI, definitely. This is the one where it really can mark the bottoms for you. Where the stochastic RSI can give you an area. This RSI can mark you and give you early insights. And they say it's basically one of the only leading indicators out there that's showing you something, different to what you basically might be seeing. Okay, so what we saw here was this thing topped into the bottom of the box. The last time we topped into the bottom of the box, Bitcoin was sitting at 24,000. What you saw after that was market went a little bit sideways after that. And after that, we started the mega rally. Just before that, we were sitting exactly on that point over there. Bitcoin was sitting at 20,000. After that, we saw a rally up to around the 30. Just before that, we were in the area of Bitcoin sitting around $15,000 to $16,000. Okay, after that, we obviously saw the rally. Now, however, there was a little bit of sideways that came in, okay, in the phase over here. And again, the stochastic saying the same thing. Say, hey, they're busy chopping out the last little bits. The chef is busy chopping up the last little bit of meat, and then we're throwing in the pan, and then we're going, right? Then we're cooking, baby. Then we're basically ready for the meal prep. And if you look back over here, you can see every time this RSI has hit the bottom of here, it's been a massive phase. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you guys over here as well. So this is very interesting. Plus, if you go look at the emotions of them too, look how every time this RSI, as an example, this RSI would have saved your butt if you were buying anywhere here in these areas of 50s. It would have said, hey, wait. And the moment you hit below that, this thing would have made you buy at 30, 35, 34. Okay, so what it does is it'll teach you not to buy the mega pumps. It'll teach you the major sort of pullbacks. And it's not often we get this specific signal of this thing entering the lows. So we've only had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times since 2021. Okay, so it's a very rare. So this is very good. Now, also jumping with that, I want to go into the weekly. Let's go here to here, and let's go to the weekly. And what we're seeing here on the weekly is a few things. First thing we are seeing is if Bitcoin holds any of the lows that we've made this week, if we hold that area of that 30, just zooming in, did you guys know that I've never used a mouse? For my 3 years at Banter, I've only used my finger on the mouse pad. Did you know that? not easy. I'm a man with tricks with the fingers. Let's go. So here we go. So what you're seeing here as well is now we've seen the daily. The daily is definitely in a great area, in a hot spot. Okay. Not only is the daily in the hot spot, we also got all the other signals, as in the fear, all of these sort of things in the perfect play. Now, if you go look at the weekly, you want to see something very different. And what you're seeing in the RSI is this thing is coming down pretty hard, okay, on the weekly. And what it's done is it's made a very big lower low over here. And you see on the chart, we're still holding in a higher low. Guys, if we hold anything above this low this week, okay, and we start breaking trends next week, that's very bullish. It's basically something where you're going to see an engulfing or very fast move or very fast reaction. Now, bullish divergence is a fast reaction. That's a fast, if you have bullish divergence and RSIs at the bottom and all these things, it means it's going to be a hard and fast bounce. Okay, it kind of makes sense, right? They've been flushing the market out now for a couple of weeks, especially with alts. That's why I think a fat green candle will come at any single moment. And this is why you got to keep your goggles and you got to keep focused within the current trend. But here we are seeing a higher low on the charts. You're seeing a lower low within the RSI, bullish divergence. The next thing that's also interesting is we are still holding trend. Okay, so if I start losing some sort of trends on RSI, it gives me indication of a little bit of maybe a bigger sort of pullback. It can create more divergence later. However, there's the major trend that we are still holding again on the weekly. And you can see that every time we have been on this major trend over here, the last time we were on this trend, Bitcoin was sitting at the $27,000 to $28,000 zone. So this as well is indicating, hey, we are back at support. We are back at where buyers should be buying, where people should be loading up. People should be preparing for these sort of scenarios and loading up. So this is also super interesting when it comes to that. Then, before I jump into the little bit of short-term analysis, I want to show you the normal RSI on the weekly on altcoins too. Okay, and I want to show you an example here. Let's go to THORChain. Here's the example. So if you look at THORChain, if you take the normal relative strength index and you take it on the weekly, this becomes a very powerful tool to use to buy altcoins and when to basically buy them. Is when you see here that anytime we are entering below the 40% phase on the RSI, it's actually been always the best times to buy that specific altcoin. For example, we hit here in 2021. Your buy zones were at $3. After that, you saw $15. Massive, 4 or 5x, okay? Sort of areas. So as you can see with those RSIs, it's brilliant with the buys. It's not the best with the sells. You see, it doesn't go oversold too often. So what does that mean? You need a slightly different strategy when it comes to selling off. And that's where the stochastic weekly for me is super powerful. However, for the buys, this is very strong. Someone please buy me chicken. I'll buy you chicken, Dwayne. What chicken you want, bro? You want a turkey? You want, like, what do you want? What do you want? Tell me what chicken you want, brother. Now I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to send it from SA. It might not be fresh when it gets there, but I'll see what I can do to get you some chicken, bro. But if we look at that, perfect zone. After that, the moment it hit back in those zones over there, we're saying, hey, buy this thing at $4. This thing went up to 12, 3x, beautiful. After that, it hit the zone. Now, again, it went sideways for a long period. But end of the day, it stayed oversold. This was a bear market. This is what you see after a bull market. You see it after a couple months after bull market, you see bear, right? Bear rally to the side here. And you can see here, this sat in there for, but ultimately it was buy. The moment it took off and left this area over here, you saw $1 and you saw all of a sudden $10, 10x. Wow. So aren't these things amazing with making money to the upside? Again, they come down hard. So you got to have an exit strategy on altcoins. Nonetheless, super powerful. Now, what we're doing is we're entering the zone again. We are entering the zone again. We're coming back below the 40%. Again, things like THORChain powerful. So this is something that you can go and look at a couple of your alts. And you can see the same thing with Render. Every time Render's in the zones here, the last time we were in the zone, Render was at $1.4. Okay, $1.4 is where it was the last time. We saw rally to $12. Okay, now we're entering that phase yet again. Okay, and if you look at the lows here, if this thing does decide to, let's say RSI wants to come down a little bit more, the bullish divergence you are getting here is incredible. Super strength, when it comes to this specific token. So you can go through all of them here. You can go see that Doge is hitting the phase. Guys, something's going to happen with Cardano. I don't want to be this dusty trader. Something's going to happen with Cardano. I don't know. I feel there's a very big pump. I watched a little bit of the Altcoin Daily with Charles, and I think there's something coming with Cardano. So A little bit of spot maybe makes a bit of sense, but same thing, Cardano. Every time it's been in these major lows over here, it's always been a great period. So this is a great tool to also go through. And if you see a couple of your alts sitting higher up, it's saying, hey, this might not be the best investment over here. Therefore, it's a trade. But it gives you a full understanding of, are you buying in the sweet spot? That's the main question you got to ask yourself right now. Am I buying in the sweet spot? Okay, let's jump into the short-term analysis and let's get going. So just before that, I want to show you guys a little bit of the leverage. Show you what's coiling up here. So yesterday we had leverage at 62. We pumped up to 62. We wiped out the leverage. Okay. Now what we have is we have at 61. Okay, 61K. Now we got longs. So the moment the market went a little bit bullish yesterday, the bulls came back, started long in the market. Now you can see the liquidation maps a little bit heated at the bottom. So what does that mean for me? The markets broke out yesterday. Let's go retest today. Let's wipe out the short-term longs and let's go to the moon. Because if I look at the short time frame, there's a little bit of short-term longs over here. Then I go a little bit higher up. You start to see, there's yellow on both sides, right? Okay, so let's wipe the little longs over here and let's send this bad boy to 63, 64. Now, if we go back to this chart over here, we go look at what a 63 or 64 means over here. It means a pin bar candle, okay? It means the reversal candle. If you look at the last time we had the reversal within the market, we just need a reversal powerhouse candle. That's exactly what we need. We see them many times, and we've seen them over the last little while. There is the pin bar candle. The last time the RSI was at the bottom, okay? The time after that was this pin bar candle over here, is when the RSI recently hit the bottom. Here we go, pin bar, boom. Now what we need is the last one. So if we get the push up into this week of that, let's go chase that leverage, let's go chase that 63, 64K, what it's going to basically do is it's going to end us in a pin bar. So anywhere above 63K is very bullish this week. If we close this side, super bullish. Okay, and you'll look at a lot of things like alts. Let's go look at the things like Solana. Solana's weekly candle's turning green already. You know, things like Phantom. Let's go see Phantom's weekly candle. If Bitcoin goes 63, this turns green. There's the pin bar. Multiple red candles. And what would usually happen with that is you're probably going to get an absorbing candle at some point. You'll basically look at this. Maybe it sits here for another week, maybe 2 weeks. We'll speak about that scenario now. But then you'll see a nice little fat candle. You know, that will basically absorb all of this work that happened for a very short period. That's what they tend to do. They tend to take their time to get out a lot of people in the market. And they tend to send the market up very quickly once that happens. So jumping back to the leverage over here, it's kind of working in our favor that on the short time frame, I'm turning bullish, okay, on these retests now, and I'll explain the trades that I'm in now. But the push up here will turn us very bullish on the high time frame too. And let's go quickly look at the weekly. I want to see where the weekly is looking at. Sheldon for Mars mission. That's the goal, baby. It's the goal. Look at that. Do you see the beauty of it? Do you see by able to jump in today to say, hey, the market needed to do what it did yesterday. Now it's got a job to go get a little bit of orders at the bottom, okay, a little bit of a pullback. Again, everything broke trends yesterday. Everything's coming for the pullback, right? Let's wipe out the longs. And then you go a little bit higher. You see, okay, on the 3-day, the leverages are sitting at 63, 64. That makes the market bullish. And now you go to the high time frame. Where's all your shorts sitting? 65K. Okay, brilliant. So now let's jump in here and let's go back to Bitcoin. So if you look at the Bitcoin chart, what I'm looking at now is, again, yesterday didn't hit the high for me. If yesterday went a little bit higher, I could say today, I think we go down quite a bit. Now, we'll speak about the both scenarios of, let's say we do start to melt up, market starts to push down, these sort of things. But nonetheless, what I'm looking for is yesterday was not, we never hit a main resistance. If we hit 63, 64 yesterday and we came back in trend, I'll be a little bit worried today. We never hit it. So for me, what I'm looking for now is a higher low here and a push up to that trend. That's 63K. That will be the big moment. Now, if you look on the weekly as well, you are seeing that 65 is a big level. Reason being is you have one major low here, which is an important low. It's one where the bears are going to be trying to hold pretty strong. Moral of the story, be patient. Yes, be patient, but be ready. Like, patience is cool, but without being ready, it means nothing, right? Without understanding where we're basically at. So, yes, we need the prayer song. Okay, let's do it quickly. Let's see if it makes a difference. Let's go. Once the pump happens, the goal is, in the next few weeks, for us to be doing this.
You all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you?
Exactly. Okay, so what this basically means is this low over, this high over here, that's the new demand point. That's where the bears are holding the level. So we push up there, The 65, if we get through there, we will go to 65, 66 pretty quickly. There's a bunch of obviously liquidation sitting there, but that would be a massive, there'll be a decent reversal. That would mean that inverse head and shoulders we've been talking about can definitely come within play. Let's look at altcoins. Why am I bullish today? Here we go. Yesterday we had the little push up, higher high, higher high, beautiful sign. So what am I looking for today is a higher low and a push. Okay, so now we are busy with the short-term pullback, the one I was speaking about yesterday. We ended up pushing a little bit harder up yesterday. Fantastic. We secured the higher low in over here. As you could see, the RSI 4 hours at the top. So what does that mean? We are busy with a temporary pullback and then a push. Now, in that temporary pullback, if we hold a higher low, you go look at things like the daily that's just about to take off. Everything's about to take off. If we hold a higher low, I'm seeing a bigger leg than what we saw now. A bigger little push than this, I'm seeing the next push to the upside. So you can see the total 3 here is basically saying this is a retest to be buying. So what have I been buying? I obviously bought Solana, 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗢, and I'll be buying more Solana. Then what I'm doing is I want to remind you guys that we have Baked launching very soon, and you need a Blowfin account. Go below in my description. I'll show you guys over here. Oh, that's my channel. Go follow this channel. There's something great happening here again. Okay, personal channel. Here we go. Sheldon the Sniper. Go follow that channel over there. But I want to show you guys here on Banter Crypto Banter. Okay, let's go in over here. Let's click this. How's my likes? Nearly 1,000. Oof, no giveaways yet. No giveaways yet. I want to see the likes. But if you go below in the description, you will see all of our links. And you'll see the ones that I'm speaking of. So Blowfin will be below in the description of today's show. Go click on the link and open up. By doing that, you're getting the baked airdrop, guys. And there's a decent percentage of that happening. And what I'm also going to be looking today is I'm looking at taking a short-term long with you guys on the Blowfin exchange as well. Beautiful exchange. I love it. It's great. A lot of people are actually enjoying it. They're becoming one of our biggest exchanges, which is amazing. So not only do you get the airdrop and some free money, which you should take right now, it's also an incredible exchange that you get. Yes, below in the description. So retest here and push off. So let's go through a couple of the alts. Render entering the zone. Okay, wait, let's quickly speak about the Bitcoin bounce zones. Let's speak about the bounce zones. There's the bounce zones. Okay, so here are my 2 bounce zones for the day. Okay, so the one is indicating the bounce at 60,900. We bounce. How will you know we bounce? Is we have then broken the high from yesterday. So we bounce here and we start to break. That's the low. That's the temporary low pushing in, and we're going for 63. Then there is, if that 4 hour wants to play out, means the next couple of hours are a little bit of red, then we're looking at bouncing around the 60,500. That's the main 618. I don't know if we're going to get there yet. We still have a big level above that, but those are my 2 major bounce zones. Now that you know that, let's go jump into the alts. And you can see things like Render coming perfectly into the zones. Okay, so Render, my main bounce zone that I'm looking at now is in the next, % or 2 to the downside. And there is a scenario where it can come up a little bit lower to these zones over here if Bitcoin goes to 618. From these areas here, I'm seeing a massive push from Render. Push to the upside, and I'm seeing, if you look at currently where we're at now, the next pump that I'm seeing is around 15 to 20%. Again, then we'll be at all the major levels. We'll see if we break that, all of these sort of zones. We go to things like THORChain. THORChain hitting the bottom of the zone now. Start load up. Cool. I'll actually go buy a little bit of THORChain right now. A little bit, because if it goes a bit cheaper, I want to be able to get some. But here's the THORChain chart. Let's go in on that. There we go. I'll be popping in a stop now for a sec as well. There's my money. Take my money. Let's put in 50%, 54% of the trade. Pop that in. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to obviously put a good stop loss. So the stop losses I'm looking at right now is around. So what I want to do is I want to pop my stops under the 618s for now. So if you take a flip from the bottom to the top, it will give you your levels, and below the 618s where I want to do it. So it's around $4. $4 will be my let's see here, TPSL. There we go. Okay, $4. So $166 is my risk at the moment. There is my stop loss in play. So I'm gonna buy a little bit of THORChain over here. Again, if it goes there, I'll be laddering in some more and filling my entire position. But THORChain is getting there. Where am I seeing THORChain go next? To the major trend, which is a good 15 to 20% away. Things like DOGE, retests. There's the retest. Coming in, breaking down, pushing into the retest zone. Things like Cardano. Let's speak about Cardano, because I think Cardano is going to have a little bit of a rocket. And I actually want to see something while we're on the stream here. Let's look at Cardano to Bitcoin, and let's look at Cardano to ETH. Now, guys, again, Cardano long-term old dust coin, but I think it has its season and it has its time, right? Of where it really starts getting going. So firstly, again, look how super oversold this thing is on the weekly. Massive. So when this thing breaks this trend over here, you're going to see a good outperformance of Cardano to ETH. Something that could basically take us into that phase over there. And if I look at percentage-wise, remember, I'm looking at a 6K ETH in the next couple. This is 100% more than ETH at that specific level. So Cardano is looking pretty good on the high time frame there. And obviously over here, to the Bitcoin pairing, we're also seeing this. Guys, whenever you see this bleed, there's one fat candle that comes. That happens all the time. Okay, so even there, you can see the RSI is tipping up. You can see the other relative strength also tipping up over there. And we are very near a short-term trade. So Cardano may also be a good one. Now that we know that, let's go back to the ADA chart over here, pop in on the shorter time frames. And you could see that we broke out yesterday. First higher high in play. Let's remove the RSI. First higher high in play. So this for me, again, is a push here. And from there, we go to the upside. Now, where are the bounce zones? From bottom to the top, 382 or 618 are your two major bounce zones. Fantastic. So that's where I'm looking at Cardano. There's my injective. 2 levels for injective. 22 now or a little bit lower. Guys, again, the pullback for me max is around 5%, 6% if we go to 618 on Bitcoin. Other than that, another 2 to 3%, and I think the market starts taking off again to the upside. Things like Chainlink holding the trend nicely, sitting in the nice little fat green box over there. Things like Phantom sitting at the bottom of the box over there. Great. Phantom's actually looking really good in these areas. I would pop a little bit of a bigger stop on Phantom. Or what you can also do is wait for the trend break. You can see it started to form a pin bar candle. You see the pin bar. Beautiful. That's what you want to see on the short time frame. Now what you want to see is a break of that trend, and it's a long. You will then put your stop under this low. The moment this thing starts to pop through and make its way up, then you will then pop your stop loss at your entry and focus on the TP points, which is around 70 cents, my next major targets when it comes to Phantom. So right now, we've got to be paying attention to a little bit of the shorter time frame. Here's my Solana. That's why I'm holding Solana, because my next push on Sol is to 154. Great trade. Sol's looking incredibly strong. Things are looking fantastic. Someone speak about Sniper Club. I want to show you guys Sniper Club here for a second. I want to show you guys Sniper Club. So obviously Sniper Club are getting their own private shows from me every single day. But we also got, even last night, we did an incredible meme show. There's a whole meme section here for any of the DJs. And they actually got an early access meme today that people can't get. You know, a really early one over here. And you'll find all the details here. But guys, sign up for Sniper Club. It's $100 a month. If you make money on the show, buy this. And I promise you, it's going to change everything for you. It's going to give you an entire community where you get all of your signals. You get my charts and private shows every day. You see, I just pop in. I just come give some love, show them what I'm looking at, what I'm going to speak about the show. Straight after this, we're doing a live trading session together where we're going to fight for those entries. You can ask people below. Sniper Club is absolutely incredible. Then you got the amazing team. You got David, you got Bruce, you got Chaos, you got Mama Sniper. Easy Algo is also inside of Club. You got Dill in the house, and you can see all the different things that we provide. So guys, trust me on this. If you're looking for community, if you're struggling with trading, this is a place you want to be. This and school, next level. If you've done school and then you do Club, it's going to take you to a whole zone. You can see people's comments below there. Cyber Club is really, really, really good. So we look at that over there. There's Sol. The next one here, DOT. You know, look at things like PEPE. PEPE pumped yesterday. PEPE's got a... It's actually looking so strong. I don't know if PEPE's even going to pull back. But if it does, these are your two major zones on PEPE. So guys, for me, it's still upside. More upside, and then we can start to look at, hey, are we still in danger? There's NEAR coming into the zones. There's THETA from yesterday. THETA at resistance, pull back here, and rocket to the upside. So I think there's a lot of squeezes incoming within this market. Another one that's showing strength here, guys, is Kujira. So Kujira is making its way to the badass trend we've been speaking at for a while. That's a fat trend. I'll show you this over here. Boom, pop it in. There we go. Look at that trend. This is going to be a great trade, even for a spot trade. If you get the breakout over here, I think this is going to go to $2 to $3. So this could be a nice 2 to 3 places, 2 to 3x, you know, on your current push position. Altcoin breaking trend, showing some strength. Where does it go? You go pop your fib from the top to the bottom. The first push that it goes to 618. So that's saying around 2.4 cents. If it gets through that, then you're going to 618, which is 4 cents. Okay, so it gives you a good idea. Let's see things like ONDO sitting at resistance, TON sitting flat, things like Super. Super broken trend yesterday, coming in for a retest. So super is also looking super. Let's go see if there's any other. Optimism sitting a bit flat, not breaking trends just yet. So you can see coins that are breaking trends and retesting, ones that haven't broken trends yet. The only difference is the coins that are breaking trends to Bitcoin. They're outperforming Bitcoin and ETH. That's why they're stronger. The other coins are not breaking out to Bitcoin. That's why they're behind. However, they will wake up at some point. Someone asked me to chart GALA. No problem. Let's go through GALA over here for a sec. If you guys want, pop in a couple of your coins. Just say LT, MT, ST. Gives me a time frame of what to look at your specific tokens. So let's go look over here quickly at GALA. Okay, there's GALA. Let's go see it on the high time frames on GALA. Okay, so there was the major support. Whew. GALA came down to crazy low levels. Insane. Actually lost a little short-term trend. Needs to break back into this week. Guys, nonetheless, as an investor, it's probably good. As a short-term trader, you're probably going to wait a little bit for gains. But as an investor, you're seeing this RSI at the bottom. You're seeing actually a higher low on chart and a bullish divergence in place. So it means the bounce will be pretty hard. So as an investor in gaming all round is pretty low at the moment. I'll definitely load up as an investor, just dollar cost in these zones and be patient. You know, I see from here, if we test the lower range, at some point we'll test the higher range, and that's already a 3x. So it gives you a good idea of what that basically means when it comes to GALA. Okay, just before we do the coins, Matt, let's just go through a couple more over here. Let's go through things like AVAX. So AVAX, I think, is going to come for a little bit of revenge. Okay, revenge on AVAX here. There's the play over here. And it looks like my stops will be in the region of around 24.5. Okay, here's AVAX, tip of the box. I think AVAX is going to have a strong push. I'm actually going to enter a little bit of AVAX, to be honest. Let's get a AVAX position going over here. Remember, guys, baked is coming. You're going to lose the opportunity. Go open up a Blowfin account today. Today. Put in $10, $50, put in money, and you'll get airdrop. So make sure you got that set up. You don't want to miss the drop that's coming. Okay, there we go. And I'll go in 50% of that long too. Okay, there we go. There's my AVAX. Where am I going to put my stop loss? Let's go see where I'm going to put my stop loss. Over here, 24.5. 24.5. Boom. Okay, stop loss is in play when it comes to the AVAX trade. So AVAX is also looking pretty good. I was looking at things like Brett, any meme coin guys, they're coming into for some possible retest zones over there. Again, looking at a couple of these two, look how strong THETA is to Bitcoin. So let's speak about THETA for a second. I still think THETA's the powerhouse at the moment. It doesn't look like it's going to pull back much, but I think through THETA, from the buys that we got yesterday, I think we're going to see a push up to this $2 at any moment. So THETA's looking fired up. You can see a lot of coins are looking pretty strong. Look at Bitcoin sold to Bitcoin, hardly pulling back. So this, again, for me, a push to the upside, right? When all the high time frames are indicating these things for me, the low time frames start to match up, right? With all these things. So you can see a lot of these tokens. There's AVAX, 3% out. Oh, there's the AVAX to Bitcoin breakout. There we go. That's what you want to see. You want to see that flow. Let's see how ETH to Bitcoin is actually doing, forming a little bit of a bull flag there at the moment. Dog with hat in for the retest. There's some retest zones that are currently coming into play over there. Okay, Matt, pop me up some of those charts. How many likes am I on? You know, I'll actually go look myself. I'll look myself. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If we get this pump right, okay, these zones and the market rips, there will not be a show in the future where I don't have less than 5,000 to 10,000 likes. Deal? Deal. Like, it's fine. If you don't like on the Reddit, that's cool. But look there, we're on 1,200. Let's go, guys. Pump up the likes. If I get it and we pump it hard, then you smash a like. I know it's a very hard thing to do. Okay, let's go put in 𝗬𝗎, USDT. Let's go that. Pop them up there, Matt. Can I see some of the comments, please? Let's see. Okay, 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢. Let's pop in 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢. Let's put in 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢. There we go. Okay, so let's go through these quickly. Okay, 𝗬𝗎. This one is an investment buy. It's taking a bit of time on the high time frame, but definitely entering investment buys. When is it going to get going on the short time frame? Is once we have broken that short-term trend. So give it a little bit of time. This hasn't broken to Bitcoin much just yet. It is in accumulating areas though. When it breaks this trend, then you'll see a big push straight back up to that 1.1, 1.2. And obviously through that, we start looking at the higher target. So it's just in DCA zone. Things like RWeave is actually forming a bearish pattern, guys. So if the market gets bear at some point, just keep an eye on this. Right now, we're still okay, but we're actually forming an uprising wedge. And I want to explain to you guys that uprising wedges are bearish, okay? Descending wedges are bullish, okay? So whenever you see a coin doing this, this is actually bullish. Whenever you see a coin going up, it's actually bearish. So the main thing to make sure, if this thing starts to lose the bottom here, just keep your eye out that you might have a little pop-off down within RWeave. Again, this will be a great opportunity to be loading up on RWeave. Am I still here, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Raymond. I'm here. I don't know why I can't access anything here on the back end. Nonetheless, okay. So RWeave is there. Keep an eye on the break of that trend. If it keeps holding, keeps going, that's cool, but RWeave needs to start getting going. So just keep an eye on RWeave over there. Obviously, high time frame. It looks pretty good. Okay, it's at an okay zone to invest in. The better zone would obviously be around 15 if that happens, but it's not in a bad zone to invest in, to buy some RWeave. Rand thinks this thing will go a lot higher. Chart-wise, if this thing breaks those highs, we can see an $80 RWeave within the future. Definitely, if the market starts to rocket pretty quickly over there to the upside. Okay, I'm going to jump on here because this is where I can see the coins. I can't see anything on StreamYard at the moment. Okay, arrow, let's see. Okay, we'll go through COTI now in a sec. We'll go through Beam in a sec. HBAR. Okay, we'll go through HBAR in a sec. No problem. We'll go through ZIL and DOT. Okay, so let's load them up. HBAR. I haven't done this in long. Let's do ZIL. Let's do COTI. Cool. What else did I see there? Let's see. Beam. Let's do Beam. Okay, let's pop in B. Okay, HBAR. Oof, that was a very big rejection candle. Okay, so first thing we look at is obviously main momentum. We're coming down, so this means it can come down a little bit lower. As an investor, I don't think you should be worried about buying here or a little bit lower. It's in the main investment zone. Look at a couple other things. Weekly stocks at the bottom, a little bit of bullish divergence forming, which means the bounce should be pretty strong. If you go look at the previous time over here, and this is actually a really nice way for you guys to look at this. So you see the previous time over here, we actually ended up having a little higher low here, small one, okay? In the chart, a little lower low, bullish divergence. What happens after that? A very big bounce. Big bounce, bounce that probably doubled your money. Okay, now you look at a few weeks later, and it's the same thing. RSI at the bottom over here, and a slightly higher low. So if we hold the low this week, we break that trend, you'll probably see quite a fast pump from HBAR. The only difference here is probably sell every pump within HBAR. Any decent pump, just TP out, because that's what it does. It sits flat for a while, and it pumps, and then it sits flat for a while, and then it pumps. So it's a good coin to make some money and TP out and continue through. So things like ZIL, I still think is one of, I think ZIL, VET, THETA. These three, I think, will still make you a lot of good money. This thing's right at the bottom here, guys. It's actually in a brilliant zone, to be honest. Brilliant. Like, this is a triple bottom if it holds here. And you could see that not only is it respecting the lows, but the highs too. And the high over here is 100% away. And again, at some point, you're going to have the real ZIL rally again. The ones where we know this token of what it can actually do. And I think at some point, we'll actually rally up to the main 618. And I'll show you guys where this main 618 actually is. So you got the first one, the 382, which is 9.6 cents, which is in the region of around a 4x. And then the main one here is around the 14-cent mark. So that's close to a 10x move over there. So ZIL, I think, is a great bull market token. Something to buy, something to hold for the bull at an incredible area now. And the moment you see that mega rally that comes into the crazy zones, TP out of it and make your damn money. Things like COTI's back to investment areas. So it had the massive pump back into the green box, RSI flat at the bottom, bullish divergence in play. It's in a great zone to invest in COTI. When is it going to pump on the short time frame? Is once it breaks through this short-term trend over here. There's the short-term. That's not a great trend. Hold on. Okay, there's the short-term break. Not the most amazing trends over here on COTI at the moment. It's pretty aggressive. Okay, so what we'd want to see here is either there's a slightly lower. I think it might go a little bit lower, to be honest. We'll see. But looks like the bounce area is around 9 cents and around the 8-cent mark as well. Then we should start to see a little bit of momentum. I want to see a little bit of more of a trend forming here. It's quite choppy here. Nonetheless, investment area is looking fantastic. Things like Beam. Let's go see Beam in the house here. I love where we put our stops the other day. It was fantastic. You know, you get stopped, you buy 30% cheaper, you get more tokens. Incredible. Okay, here's Beam. Back at that range low again. Beam for me is finally entering decent market caps. We saw what this thing did in the beginning of the year, which was great. We're seeing obviously the daily popping off there. The RSI tapped at the bottom there too. The weekly, let's go see the weekly's tapped out too. So this thing's probably going to form a fat green candle at some point once it breaks this major trend. And I'll show you guys this trend here on the 8 hour. There is the trend over there. Oof, we actually broke a little bit at the moment. So keep an eye on Beam. We might get a little bit of a momentum move happening within Beam. Okay, let's look. Next ones. Let's see. SK. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that for long. Someone's asked me to chart Felon. You want me to chart Beam coins here? Guys, while we're on something here, I just want to show you here. So remember, we have this as well, which is Swarm. Guys, go below and open up a Swarm account, okay? Go start learning more about Swarm because you guys can actually now, for the first time, you can buy real world assets, you know, on chain. You can buy BlackRock now. You can buy gold. You can buy NVIDIA. It's such a good way that if you take some profits within the markets, you can start diversifying. So here you can buy, you know, real world assets when it comes to on chain, and you can buy gold, and you can buy BlackRock, and you can buy Coinbase, and you can buy all these specific things. You click on this invest button over here, and you set up the account. So Swarm is amazing. Shout out to Swarm. Excited to have them part of the show. I don't have much gold and stuff a part of the show, and I'm excited to bring that in as well. So open up a Swarm account if you guys are interested in the diversifying. Okay, let's go through the next ones. Render, XRP. Okay, let's go. RNDR. Render I like very much at the moment. It's looking really good. Here, let's pop on the render chart again. Let's go XRP. Okay, let's pop that in. Let's have a look. Okay, things like render. Render, again, I spoke about it a little bit earlier, coming straight into our buy zones. Oh, why did I just remove my entire chart now? Okay, hold on. There we go. There's my two bounce zones. We're either bouncing now at the bottom of this box soon, or we're coming to the 7.2 and then a bounce. Again, my TPs are around $8.5 to $9 on the next render push. Things like XRP is looking okay. We're waiting for that trend break over there. So XRP, I think on the high time frame, there is going to be a crazy pump when the markets wake up again. For now, track the trends. Investment areas at a good zone. I'm not personally investing in XRP. I trade it. So I've been buying a little bit. I have a little bit in margin, a decent amount in margin. And when it breaks this trend, I'll be possibly looking at building some more of XRP. Where do I see it going? Right now, it's kind of obvious. You know, this thing comes down to 40s and then goes to 70s. Go to 40s, go to 70s. So 70 is my first major sort of area. High time frame. Maybe in the future, there's a $1 to $1.20 push. We'll see. It usually decides to pump pretty quick. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens news-wise over there. Okay, let's look at the next ones. Let's go. Okay, let's do VET. Let's do VET because I've done ZOL. I've done THETA. Let's do VET. VET's also one of my favorite tokens. Okay. So pop on VET. VET's definitely back at, you could see here, guys. First, higher high. Now we're looking at the major lower low points over here. I'm pretty sure there is bullish divergence, correct. RSI's flatline. Great area to invest in VeChain. When is it going to get pumping on the short time frame? Is this beautiful break of trend over here that we will wait for. So if we pop this in over here, you will see the major trend. There we go. That's when it will really get going. Right now, it'll probably pump to the trend like everything else. From there, we'll see if this is the real breakout and the real push. Guys, I do believe that if we fight for the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think you're going to get entries. I don't know why this is not working. I think we're going to get entries that is going to 3 to 4x. I do. I think the entries we are fighting for now are going to be big players when it comes to the actual alt rally and the rally that we've been waiting for. So very interesting over there. Okay, let's see. What else? Veracity. Let's go look at Veracity. VRA. Let's go look
Sheldon,
at Veracity.
Lots of people want to see QNT.
Veracity is doing. Okay, short time frame, you know that there's a pop coming. Keep that eye on that trend. Short-term pop at any moment will pop through. And again, that's probably the zone where we're going to. So that's a decent trade on the shorter time frame. Higher time frame, it's straight back to where it started. So if you ever looked at the best time whenever to invest in this token, has always been this lower range here, and it's there again. So as an investor, you're interested. As a short-term trader, I'd also be interested on the break of the short-term trends, you know, for a nice little quick push upside. This coin tends to drag down for a while and has a big pop, drag down for a while, has a pop, drag down, pop, drag down, pop. So same sort of style that happens quite often there with Veracity. Let's go 3. Do we have 2,000 likes? Nearly, guys. Maybe we need a more bullish day. We'll see. Jupiter. Okay, I like Jupiter. Let's go look at Jupiter. I do have it here set up. Jupiter's good. Obviously, if Solana gets nice and bullish, look at a couple of Sol ecosystem tokens. Jupiter, there we go. So a little bit possibly lower, but I'm seeing the bounce within the next few hours in this zone over here. I'm seeing the bounce, and hopefully I pushed around the 10-cent mark for Jupiter. High time frame. Let's go have a look. High time frame. Yes, it doesn't look. I don't know the market cap. There's not too much data here, but if you look at a main FIB level of where we're at, last 618, okay, and it's probably above the 786. So it's a dollar costing zone. It's on the 786. There we go. So it's a dollar costing zone as an investor because it might get a little bit cheaper, things like that. Short time frame, we should start to see a bit of a push in this token shortly. Okay. Anything else? Let's see here. Okay, guys, that's it. So have a fantastic day. Matt, I can't do anything on the back end. So if you can drop my screen so I can say bye or something, and if you guys can hear me or anything, I can't click comments. I can't do anything at the moment in the back end. Can you drop my screen? Anyone?
Yeah, can you hear me? You focus. Let's focus on
guys,
you.
Have a fantastic day. Much love, and I'll see you on tomorrow's show. I don't know what's up with the system. Team's not getting back to me. Much love. Ciao.